Good evening, lacrosse fans. Welcome inside Percy Perry Stadium on semifinal Thursday, day 8 of competition here at the 2016 FIL U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships from Coquitlam, BC. Semifinal number 2 features the Iroquois Nationals and the Canadians. I am Jake Elliott alongside Teddy Jenner. It was 12-9 in the round robin, Ted Jenner, and a action-packed, wacky night here at Percy Perry Stadium. Let's hope for calmer conditions, but just as an entertaining game as we saw a few days ago.
I think we are going to see a little more action than we saw in the first semifinal. And when I say more action, I mean two teams providing the action. It was a very lopsided game one between the Americans and the Australians, and this is supposed to be one of the matchups of the tournament. People have been waiting for this game for a long time, since the first time these two teams played. And as you said, in that wacky game with the hour-and-a-half delay and the fire, the light standard, and everything that happened. But now there's a lot more on the line. The winner gets the Americans Saturday in the gold medal final, and it is supposed to be and will be as good as advertised between these two teams.
Canada will wear their beautiful New Balance whites here tonight. Iroquois in the purple and gold. As expected to be Armstrong that will start. Yes, he's out onto the field. And expect Hebert in between the pipes for Canada. Taylor Ray, the head coach for Canada. Freeman Bucktooth for the Iroquois Nationals. Fans, if you want to be interactive during the webcast, we fully encourage it here on Sports Canada TV. You can reach me via Twitter at PXP4 Sports. PXP for Sports. Or you can get me on the email as well at pxpforsports@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you as the two teams come for the lineup here. And obviously the guys to watch in purple here tonight, Ted Jenner, number 1, Tehoka Nanticoke, and number 43, Austin Staats.
Yeah, they are two of the most talented players in this entire tournament from any country. And for either team, I talked to Taylor Ray before the game, and I said, what's one of the keys? He goes, well, there's 2 keys. We have to pressure them as much as we can, and we have to keep the ball at a Nanticoke and Staats' stick. Those are going to be their 2 factors. And when they talk about keeping it on their stick, obviously that's going to be hard to do. But when they do get a hold of it, you got to pressure them, push them away from the net, and make them move the ball, because the longer they hold on to it, the lethal they are.
And Canada has got a well-balanced scoring attack. Jeff Teat, Ryan Lanchbury, to name a couple, have provided offense here. Tre Leclaire in that mix as well. Riley Curtis. They've got a well-balanced scoring attack here from Canada. And they'll need that again here against Iroquois if they want to advance to that gold medal final against Team USA. Your officials, Kevin Forrester, David Campbell, Peter Davidson, and Johannes Kashki. Randy Millen. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway, but Canada will get called on a violation as Inacio won the opening draw. Let's play some lacrosse here as Iroquois will start the clear.
I talked to Jeff Snyder as well before the game, and I said, obviously being a face-off guy, what is he like from his draw guide? He said he's just patient. He understands the situation. He's not going to win every draw, but when he does, he has to make sure that he moves that ball quick. And if he does lose it, he wants his guys to trap on the wings and make Jamieson hold on to the ball, because he's a guy that doesn't like and isn't too comfortable handling it under pressure.
Ryland Rees with the lead feed here to Peterson at the Hill Academy. And a member of Big Red at Cornell. And Canada will get their first crack on offense. On comes the Ohio State product out of Delta, Tre Leclaire. This is Marshall King from Victoria, who attends Drexel. Riley Curtis. And a nice settled, controlled first possession here for the Canadians. And we'll watch for Curtis and Jeff Teat to run the 2-man game. They love to run the pick and roll on that far side. As sun shining here, their rain was threatening and did come down for a brief period of time, but it looks like the skies have opened up. Here's King. On the swing, Leclaire faked the shot. And he's got Chauncey Hill marked on him. They'll go deep with it now.
I think one thing, you can see it now, Jeff Teat behind the goal, actually shading his eyes from that sun as it kind of drops down over top of the stadium here. It might be pretty hard for the guys to see those passes going from back and forth across the field.
There's a chance for King, and Armstrong down in the butterfly position makes his first stop.
A good ball possession here in the opening possession for the Canadians. They're not forcing the ball. They're working around, getting everybody a touch, getting everybody into the game. And a nice look there from Marshall King. He's had 2 opportunities. That time he took it, and I think he either rang it off the post or the goaltender did get a piece of it, but Canada still with possession.
And King hasn't looked to cage very often, been more of a setup guy, and good stick there from Armstrong on the intercept. And Iroquois will take back over. This is Jerry Stotts. He's got Tyson Bomberry ahead, but he'll go back to the goaltender, and Iroquois will be patient on their clear. So, yeah, it's going from that passing from the near sideline to the far sideline directly across the field is when the sun will give these players some trouble. Nice split through the double team there for Larson Sundown. As Boissonneau will D up on him. And in some trouble is Sundown as he finds an open man. Scanlon inside, and that shot goes wide. Iroquois there for backup.
Much like we talked about in the first game with the Australians, the Iroquois got to make sure they take advantage of these early opportunities and clear scoring opportunities in front of cage. That one missing wide.
Mohawk. And Canada pressuring out high here. As we haven't seen the Canadians do a lot of that. Ball on the deck here for the time. And it's picked back up by Larson Sundown. This is Austin Staats with his first touch. And he's got the long pole of Warren Jeffrey marked up on him. Now from behind the cage, Matthew Bennett. comes strong left. Feet across the lane. And a good rotation on D there for Canada. Has everything to the outside right now. Here's Tehoka Nanticoke. He wants to back in. Here comes the double kick out. Long shot. Hebert with a stick stop.
Good early saves from Hebert there, as the Iroquois are kind of playing into Canada's hands right now. They're just being perimeter, and Canada doing an excellent job pressuring them. And Hebert with a great save.
Bennett on the post up once again. Goal line extended. Feeds out high. Had to go down to a knee to take that pass. And now Staats. Loves to go one-on-one. He's going to get inside. Look low. Hebert looked behind him. Ball is stopped. Canada up with possession. They'll lead it ahead. Wagner with numbers here for Canada. He wants to push. Here comes Wagner across the restraining line. Hits the trailer. And Canada will slow up with Marshall King.
I like that from Canada. You know, oftentimes the Canadians will just get in that box mindset of a fast break and want a goal to goal right away. And an excellent job by Wagner not to force the issue. Didn't feed it through the middle when the defense was collapsing. And Canada will just slow things down and get fresh bodies on the floor.
Watch 16 in white. Tanner Cook, excellent one-on-one dodger and a late addition to this Canadian team with the injury to Stovall. And has become a more prominent player for this Canadian team as the tournament has moved along. This is Thomas Semple in his hometown of Coquitlam. And now Cook from the wing. Darts low. Feet in behind the goal, looking for a cutter. Open man, shot from Semple was blocked, and now a ground ball up for grabs. Iroquois will get onto it first, and they want to push the tempo. Staats says no numbers. Let's slow up here and set up the O.
Back and forth we go. Great pace this game as we played almost 6 minutes here. Scores 0-0 between Iroquois and Canada. But both offenses getting some touches, getting some reps, in the defense of both clubs doing an excellent job pressuring, getting on hands, and not allowing any free looks.
Bennett got his defender hung up now. Darting back and forth here on Colwich. And now they'll bring the ball high. Tanner Cook takes top side away. Sherman Williams to Staats on the juke. On the roll. Staats still with it. Gets hooked to the ground. Flag does fly.
This will be a late flag, I think, for a slash on the ground.
I think it might have been the original hook on Staats, who's taken some punishment this tournament, as you'll watch it again here. On the pick and pop with Sherman Williams. Okay here, but right there is where the penalty comes.
That's right there where the penalty comes. They did call slash. I was making sure I watched the official while you detailed the plays expertly as you do. But they did signify a 1 minute slash, so Iroquois with an opportunity here with the man up.
I believe it's Jeffrey that's in the penalty box. So it'll be a 1 minute man advantage here for Iroquois in this scoreless game with time running first quarter.
Sitting right in front of our broadcast position is the entire United States coaching staff, as they want a clean first-hand look of both these clubs. And they'll take the winner on Saturday. So they got notebooks in hand, pens and paper, everything that you need.
You know, they'll go back and watch the video after this one as well, no question. Chase Scanlon darting back and forth.
Well, they didn't call a penalty.
All right.
Weird. The referee signaled it and the flag went.
They do have 6 defenders out there. Skylar Thomas, who wears 66. In the middle was Bennett looking for a feed. Now Sky Sunday. On the right-handed power cradle drive. Stops at the crease. Tried the backhand shovel. And he'll get called in the crease as Hebert made the stop going post to post. As Hebert off to a good start for Team Canada.
A nice cut back there from Sunday. He got the defender on his back, and his check actually thought he was going to go right through to X and gave him a bit of space, and Sunday took that advantage and tried to yield the reverse dunk, but Hebert standing tall in his goal, making another big save for Canada.
So Shadows in the middle of the field, approaching halfway across. And probably by the end of the second quarter, the sun will be back behind our broadcast location and the lights will take firm effect. Feed through the middle is a good one for Tre Leclaire.
This is something that Canada needs to continually work on, as their rides and clears, and that time real patient, didn't force it, made sure they got a clean pass into the zone, because that was something they really had troubles with against the Americans in that opening game, and something they'll have to be even better at if they get to the gold medal final.
Peterson will make the change here for Riley Curtis to come across center. Scoreless, 8.5 minutes in. Winner gets USA. And Jeff Teat far corner, as he wants to work that two-man game. And they'll call a moving screen this time on Curtis, who did not stay stationary. A little different than the box game, Teddy, where you have to stay absolutely still when you set those picks.
Oh, yeah, and the international referees will call that every time. Even if you just kind of lean one way or the other, if you're not still and stagnant when that pick happens, you're going to get called every time. And you know, that's the Canadian mode of lacrosse, is that pick and roll game. And it can work to perfection if they get it and are simplified with it. But a little too much there from the Canadians. The Iroquois looking to clear here.
And unlike the Americans, Teddy, the Iroquois will obviously be very familiar with that pick and roll game. As there's the sun wreaking havoc on Iroquois, and ball picked up by the Canadians. Just an easy drop right there. And no doubt because of the sunshine right in the eyes. And we got a timeout down on the field. Taylor Ray and Canada will take it. We'll take one as well. When we return, more first quarter action in a scoreless game between the Nationals and the Canadians. Right here on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Novus.
Iroquois National 19 team-wear shirts being raffled off at the Iroquois Nationals booth. There'll be $5 a ticket or 3 tickets for $10, and the drawing will be held at the start of the fourth quarter. That's 2 Nationals, Iroquois Nationals 19 team-wear shirts being raffled off. $5 for 1 ticket, 3 tickets for 10.
Lacrosse fans, welcome back inside Percy Perry Stadium here in Coquitlam, BC. Jake Elliott, Teddy Jenner with you for this semifinal number 2 between Canada and Iroquois. And lots of familiar names in listening into the broadcast here tonight. We got Marshall King's older brother, Jesse, back on the island. Jimmy Shuchuk down in Denver, Colorado. Thanks for hopping on board. The commish of the BC Junior Lacrosse League, Carl Christensen, back in Toronto on business, tuned in here tonight on Sports Canada TV. Keep those tweets coming at PXP for Sports. As Canada in possession here, trying to open the scoring.
Let's see, after that timeout, if Taylor Ray and his coaching staff actually gave Canada a bit of a set play here.
On the pick and pop. Room to wheel here. As Teat wants to stay patient. As he can fire from the outside, got a deadly accurate shot.
I think if Canada wants to take advantage of the sun, they got to start shooting from our angle into that sun and get the Iroquois goaltender challenged by that direct sunlight, because you can see him looking near side towards our broadcast location. He's having trouble even just seeing guys standing with the ball. So that might be something they want to take advantage of as best they can.
Well, this ball stay in play. Canada, good body position there. Well done from Ethan Walker out of Peterborough, Ontario. Comes up with that ground ball, and those are the ones, Teddy, those 50-50 balls that can win or lose you a lacrosse game.
Yeah, you just got to want it more than the other guy.
There's Leclaire with a bounce shot, and that one just missed. As he came strong with the right hand, just missed the low pipe.
United States head coach Nick Meyer, who's also at Ohio State where Tre Leclaire is going. He's really stoked to get Leclaire there and see what he can do, and thinks he's going to be one of the best players that he's had at his program.
Another pass affected by the sunshine there is just a simple connection and just lost it in the sun.
It's crazy to think that these two offenses and the scoring power that's on both these teams, that we're 13 minutes into this first quarter and it's still 0-0.
You just got to be careful when you're going from near sideline to far sideline on those passes. As here comes Iroquois in behind the goal. Bennett weaving back and forth. The fake. Staats in front, doesn't have it. Canada thought he did. Now it's Thomas. Good defense there from Ryland Rees. As they almost had him on the hidden ball trick. Now Staats has it, shoots high, and a head stop there from Hebert. Little pogo jump to make that save.
That was fantastic. And Staats got inside and kind of went crosshand and was going top corner. And Hebert just Dominic Hasek that right out of the net.
Maybe a little Salacasio. Get a lacrosse reference in there, Teddy.
Yeah, but Salacasio didn't throw his head in front of the ball.
Well, he might have.
He might have.
You don't know.
Goalies are weird.
Hashtag. Tom Semple.
I'd like to see just anybody from either team just isolate, go 1-4, pull a guy out, and just take an opportunity.
I mean, it feels like the first goal in this game is just going to be huge.
Yeah, this literally could be like a 3-2 game. The way these two teams are playing. Both
here comes a drive, and here comes a goal. Sorry to cut you off, Teddy Jenner, but Canada has opened the scoring. And it's Tanner Cook, the man I mentioned, the one-on-one dodger. As he starts out with the left and likes to go underneath, puts it in the right hand, got around his man Skenlin, and then a bounce shot past Armstrong. 1-0 Canucks.
Yeah, just kind of like what I was saying. Just get a guy, go one-on-one. You talked about Tanner Cook being an excellent dodger with the ball, and that was a perfect example. Got around his man, he saw the slide coming, but just took the opportunity to get that shot on. And very similar, like what we were talking about with the Australians, sometimes you just got to put a ball on net, and you never know what's going to happen. And Cook put that one in and was able to beat the Iroquois goaltender and give Canada the first goal of the game.
Going to get a quick shout out to the champ, Andrew Suter, tuned in here tonight. Back in Orangeville, Ontario, as Boissonneau with a nice little flip over his head, and one more to Hebert. Thanks to everybody tuned in here on Sports Canada TV. A big one from the U19s. The winner will advance to the gold medal game. And right now, 1-0 Canada with about 6 minutes to go. Keep in mind, folks, that clock on your screen, not official. Just a guideline for you as they keep the official time in, down in between the benches at the scorer's table. Tough pass to handle, but it's a nice one. Scary to go up for that ball like that, as Tom Semple just did.
Especially looking into the sun, too.
Here's the goal scorer, Tanner Cook. Dalton follows. Semple will wheel and get the return feet.
One thing I've noticed from the Iroquois, especially the attack pressuring the defense, they're taking advantage of a few late chops and late hits, and the Canadians are dealing with it, but it's something the Iroquois are going to have to be careful with.
There they come inside off the post. It goes, make it the crossbar, off the crossbar, Teddy Jenner. As a bounce shot there, I believe that was Teat. Didn't get much on it, but had Armstrong going down, but hit the orange iron above his head.
Yeah, those 12-6 bounce shots are often really difficult for goaltenders, especially if they are already down. And that was an excellent example. And like you said, off the crossbar, and lucky not going in.
Syracuse product Tyson Bomberry with a successful clear. Now Iroquois trying to get back to level terms here in the final 5 minutes of the first quarter. 12-9 Canada in the opening round robin game between these two. Follows. Check it, it's Cook, Dean up on Sundown. He'll come high here to Mohawk. As Ryland Rees out of Port Coquitlam marked up on him. Open is Bennett. Didn't take the shot, now he will, and it's well wide of the target. But Iroquois there for backup.
Yeah, Bennett wanted to go first time with that one, but he had to catch it on his wrong side of his body, so the release wasn't there.
Tehoka Nanticoke. He's a magician with it. Watch out now. Henrik Deed up. Nanticoke driving in. And whistle goes. What do we got?
Timeout, Iroquois.
So they didn't like what they saw as Nanticoke was starting to walk into the teeth of the Canadian defense. And Freeman Bucktooth will call timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. Just over 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter. U19 World Championships on Sports Canada TV is back right after this.
score for you from the second field. England leads Team Germany 8-4, and that's late in the third quarter.
Welcome back, Lacrosse fans. Percy Perry Field here in Coquitlam, BC. Jake Elliott, Ted Jenner with you. 1-0 Canada, getting a score coming in from Field 2. 8-4. England leading Germany, as the winner will take on Israel. The loser will face Ireland. And that will be for 4th and 5th and 6th and 7th. No,
5 and 6,
7 and 8. So close.
You'll get it. There's only a few more games for you to get it right.
Yes. Iroquois in possession out of the timeout here. And Austin Staats will go to Mohawk. And this is a guy I think Canada would be well served to try and shut off on if they can. Let him have the ball on a stick and then lock off. And Henrik on the crowbar couldn't knock it free. Still Mohawk coming with it. On the rollback now, looking for an open man. High pass. Oh, what a catch there from Bennett. Skies for a one-hander, and then goes over the shoulder and off the face mask of Hebert.
I don't think Hebert even saw that shot. It just hit him.
Power move around the crease. Shoots, and that one.
I think Hebert made that save too.
He sure did, and look out here. Oh, close call there.
That was real close.
As Peterson almost outran Sundown for that loose ball. Stotts along the sideline.
The one thing the Canadian coaches, as it's sort of stressed at the top, they want to get the ball out of Nanticoke and Stotts' hand as much as possible. And if they are going to have it, push them as far away from the net as they can. They don't want to let them get too high to a shooting angle. Push them further away and down the field.
Good defense from Peterson. As the Shadows now about directly halfway through the crease of Hebert. Here in the south end, as Stotts gets around a double, scores. What an effort from Austin Staats as he ties the game at 1.
Yeah, and that's just Austin Staats using his athletic ability to get underneath his check, and you'll get a great look here. The double team comes, but he keeps his feet moving and just gets underneath, finds time and room, and then just reaches and dunks far side. Not much Hebert could do there. And the late slide from the Canadians came, and that's something that Canada needs to do. If Stotts and Nanticoke and some of these other Iroquois guys are going to get to the net and dive the crease, got to make them pay for it, lay the body, send a message.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be Warren Jeffrey. That's going to be the matchup here on Stotts. Let's watch the face-off X now with Doug Jamieson and Inacio. Bit of a stalemate on this one, and Inacio yanks it free.
You think he's, embraced playing under Jeff Snyder a little bit?
Battle on the sideline for it as he tried to pop it to his pocket. He got it back. Got to keep the feet moving. It's knocked free again and out of bounds, or did Canada get a timeout? I think maybe Iroquois got possession and called timeout. We'll find out as both teams will head for the benches here in a 1-1 score with just a minute and a half or so to go in this opening quarter. We'll play 4 20s. This is the first of 4 here, Ted Jenner.
4 running 20s, which is an international, usually 15 minutes.
Stop time in the final 3 minutes of quarter 4. We go back to Tuesday night, I believe, is when these two teams faced each other in the round robin. And they played 2.5, 2 3/4 quarters here. It was 8-6 Canada before the field change. And then Iroquois came out of that long delay to score 2 to tie it up. But then Canada outscoring Iroquois down the stretch 4-1 to win that one 12-9.
I think that game could have been a real turning point for this Canadian club because they realized how much of a dogfight that they were in and they needed that win, and that really boosted them and gave them a lot of confidence moving forward in this tournament. Because there had to be really morally crushed after that opening game against the
They didn't play well.
They didn't, and they'll admit that, and everybody to a man will admit that they didn't play a good lacrosse game that day. But because of that fire and everything that happened of going in with the lead and then all of a sudden the Iroquois coming back and pushing them on the back foot, I think it really challenged this team. And Taylor Ray said that he really, made it a point of getting his guys to find that extra gear. And it's really helped them throughout the rest of this tournament.
And Canada does have possession coming out of that timeout. And they have shown steady improvement through the round robin. Their first game, obviously their worst, and I think they've improved every single time out after that. This is Tre Leclaire. And sun not such a factor anymore, as the sun's starting to set behind our broadcast location now. Still some sun shining on the field, but not directly into the vision. So it should be a level playing field, if you will, the rest of the way here tonight. We'll go far side with it. Really spread out here for Canada right now.
And this is something we saw from the Americans, just, patient, deliberate, and just waiting for the right opportune time. We haven't seen Canada go full wheel yet all the way around, but now they're actually going to a flat 3-3.
It's Leclaire with it. He'll come across the top. And all the way deep in that far corner is Ethan Walker. You got Lanchbury behind the goal with Staats on him. Here's Walker on the flip to Teat. He'll circle, feet high. Here's a shot, and that one just missed. As Canada there for possession. Now Iroquois got to hustle back in here as Scanlon took a bad angle, and Armstrong makes the low stop from his knee. And what do we got? Time is done in quarter number one. We're tied at 1 after 1. Iroquois, Canada, a berth on the line here to the final on Saturday. It goes at 4 o'clock Pacific time. We'll take a short break, back with second quarter action right after this on Sports Canada TV, brought to you by Novus. Welcome back, Lacrosse fans. 20 down, 60 to go here from Percy Perry Stadium, and Canada and the Nationals of Iroquois locked up in a 1-1 draw here after 20 minutes of play. Pretty even through 20 minutes, Ted Jenner.
It has been, and I think it's an opportunity for both teams to, they're still trying to find their groove here, and it's such a chess match, and neither team wants to be the first team to break. And because of the importance of this game.
Back underway. Let's play some lacrosse. Inacio up with a face-off win to start things. And we'll flip over the top to Jeff Teat, who wears 51 here for Canada. Feet across the lane and good interception by the sure-handed Tyson Bomberry, who wants to push the tempo. Running well is Bomberry. He'll look across the lane, and that pass off the mark. And Canada will get it right back. Unforced turnover there on Bomberry and the Nationals.
Yeah, that was a good cut up the field by Austin Staats to find that soft spot as the Canadian defense were dropping back into the zone. We'll get a good look here as Bomberry pushed the tempo. Here comes Staats. There he is. He sees open. The lane. And then the pass is just forced. Is Bomberry had to go around Peterson with that pass. And a fortunate break there from Canada, because if Staats catches that ball, he's about 12 yards off the cage and he's going hard rope.
Yeah, forget it. 10. Hebert, the Canadian clear here. And Hebert confident out of the goal with his goal stick as they bring Bennett up to ride the goaltender now.
Well, and somebody's got to be open if a man's on the goaltender.
Henrik with a good burst of speed is what I'm trying to say. All of a sudden I developed a stutter. My apologies. Burst of speed there for Henrik.
That was incredible.
Yeah, that's not normal. That's what happens when you call 15 lacrosse games in 7 days, Ted Jenner. Show up for the semifinals into the VIP chair. Burst of speed.
It was a burst of speed. He went right through the gap at center between two attackers and then right down the middle of the field between two midfielders and got a great shot off that almost went top corner. And now Canada in a very nice looking 1-4.
This is Riley Curtis. He'll work with Teat. Teat on the backdoor cut, not open, so he'll pop out now left wing.
And he's got a short stick. This is probably a matchup Jeff Teat's probably salivating on.
Makes a little push on the back there from Owen Hill. Teat on the underneath. Still Teat with it. Scores. Is that in? They will signal goal. Yes, it is. Beautiful move from Jeff Teat as he goes underneath and then tucks it home past Armstrong. 2-1 Canada.
And like I said, Jeff Teat sees a short stick on him one-on-one. He's like, okay, I'm okay with this. All right. And so just like that goal we saw earlier from Staats, he got the defender on his back, looked like he was going to go to X. The defender sloughed off, gave him about just, a foot of space, took that, made it a mile, and dove cross crease in almost a similar goal to Staats, and Canada regains the lead 2-1.
Lights starting to take effect now as Jamieson up with a face-off win. As he beat Inacio cleanly, still Jamieson coming and hit the post. Doug Jamieson with a foray upfield. He does have a goal in this tournament. And now Henrik on the drop gets it back, nicely done. And a clean little flip here to Iroquois. Round of applause there for Henrik on that effort.
Just going back to Doug Jamieson, I'm sure you've talked about a box goalie at
one
home.
Of the best in the country
for the Arrows junior A level. And now here he's a draw guy. And Jeff Snyder said if he wins the draw, we got to force him to do something with it. And they shut everybody off. And if Jamieson's going to score, he's going to score. But a nice job by Canada not to give him an outlet. Unlucky for Jamieson, he rang it off the crossbar.
Riley Curtis, who has Baker matched up on him, and Curtis likes this matchup. Finds an open Teat. Low shot to high, and in it goes. Teat with some sniper fire. It's 3-1 Canada.
Oh, that's the old elevator shot. Teat with a guy right on him. Goes low to high. And Armstrong not really sure that he saw that one, and that was in and out before it even happened.
Well, let's just watch where this shot from Teat goes if we can get. That is right up under the bar for Teat. 2 straight for him, 2 straight for Canada. They're up by 2 now, 15.5 to go first half. Another packed house here at Percy Perry Stadium.
And it's nice.
Standing room only.
Yeah, the weather is holding off right now, so fans are in that little back end zone, and even some fans are in the far end zone watching between fields.
As the sun ducked behind a cloud for the moment, but has poked back out too. So in the north end of the field, you do have some sunshine, but as mentioned, shouldn't affect the player's vision too much moving forward. Dalton follows to Teat.
We've only played 5 minutes here in the second quarter, and Canada's been able to extend their lead by a pair. And now they need to just start putting their foot on the gas a little bit here. We talked about at length about how the fact that the Iroquois have played 5 games in 5 days, and now's the time where Canada needs to start to exploit that. They've had 2 days off. They're the fresher of the 2 clubs, and now they need to sort of start asserting their dominance and be patient, but take the opportunities when they're there and put shots on net.
The grind game. Here's Tanner Cook. He'll back away. A real old school looking player is Tanner Cook. And he's going to drive low. Here's the flip out. Teat faked it. He'll move it. Cross Semple. Semple been a little snake bit this tourney, but makes no mistake on that rocket. As the one extra comes from follows to Semple and the hard overhand crank to the far side.
Colin Lyons was the defender for the Iroquois as the Iroquois called timeout here. But Lyons kind of came out at Semple, but didn't come out hard with the stick in hands. Just kind of came out and then turned his shoulder. And as soon as he does that, he's just a standing screen. And Semple used it perfectly as he fired far side to beat Armstrong. And there's Canada, again, just moving the ball. Draw the double team, slide comes, move it. We talked about that again in the other semifinal. Draw and dump, draw and dump, draw and dump. And Canada always worked it around to Semple, who fires far side. And they have now a 3-goal lead.
Well, I was just about to say, I think, you know what, Teddy, the next 5, 6, 7 minutes of this one going to be real crucial here for Iroquois to stay within striking distance. If Canada can tack on 1 or 2 here heading to the break, are going to be in good shape. Iroquois got to stay within striking distance here of Canada in the next 5 to 6 minutes.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, there's 14 minutes left in this quarter and a half. And with Canada sort of starting to feel it now and getting into a bit of a rhythm, the Iroquois have to find something to break that up. This timeout will help, but they have to start putting the ball in that and take some of that confidence out of the Canadian stick and put the pressure on, hold possession, kill some time.
And you don't want to put it all on Dougie Jamieson, but this is where the faceoffs become so key.
Absolutely.
To shut down momentum, stop runs.
It's so much more important in the field game than it is in the box game to win these draws. Absolutely.
No shot clock. And quick move. Let's see who comes out. It's Jamieson on top of it. Ball still up for grabs. Iroquois with possession. Can they hang on to it? Nice handle there from Owen Hill. He's going to move ahead. He's got numbers here. Loads, passes, fakes, shot off the post again for Iroquois.
I think that's 4 already this game.
Oh, nice save and bounds as well. As I think Wagner was just going to let that one go, thinking he was going to get possession on the sideline there, but Iroquois, in the midst of a change, came on and just saved that ball in time. So they'll get another possession here.
That sun is starting to play some havoc again.
Yeah, it is. Sundown. Out wide as he's forced there by Wagner. Staats on the pass high. Scanlon. Peterson marked on him. And you know, Iroquois wants to make the most of this opportunity as that shot goes wide, but there is Sundown behind the cage.
Canada's got to do a better job of turning the Iroquois attack and midfielders down the sideline, not allowing them to get to the middle of the floor. Force them down the lane, make them change hands.
Field, Ted Jenner.
Field, floor, same thing.
Sort of.
It's a surface.
Skylar Thomas. Sky Sunday. He'll drive wide. Peterson will cut him off there.
Yeah, that's a better job of Peterson meeting him at the point and making him turn the corner.
Here's Staats on the go, but a moving screen called on Iroquois. Ball will go back to Canada. As Iroquois comes close with a post, but still down 4-1. And the Canadian D mid guys, the Iakokas, the Wagners, the Petersons, have really done an excellent job so far in this game on the one-on-one dodges from the Iroquois short sticks.
Yeah, they're going to have to be good here tonight, because if they do make it to the gold medal final, they have to be even better, because the attacking dodges of the Americans are just that much better than anybody else in the world right now.
Walker. Late man coming on is Curtis, changing the works here for Taylor Ray. As they'll work behind to Jeff Teat and now back to Curtis. Marshall King will come towards the ball. Lots of people making the comment, tall, lanky Canadian player wearing 19 on the wraparound. That one didn't go, but doesn't look quite right, him being a righty.
No, it doesn't. There's a long-standing tradition of Canadians wearing 19, even Canadians from Victoria wearing number 19.
Mm-hmm. I think I know who you're talking about. Here's a chance, and somehow Armstrong stuffed Teat in tight.
There's been a few. And Marshall is sort of the anomaly as the right-hander, but holding up the tradition of a great 1-9 and looking good doing it.
Decent number.
Best number going.
This is Riley Curtis. He wears number 6. Check it. It's Ethan Walker who wears number 9. And he's stripped of the ball.
Nice defense there from Iroquois number 4.
Chauncey Hill doing work.
You know, he just stayed with his check. And actually, he allowed the Canadian player to work into his positioning and almost caused the check himself.
Just got caught a little flat-footed. Sun shining bright down here in the north end now. Tehoka Nanticoke wants it. He'll get it. He'll move it quickly. Baker on the jump shot. Scores!
Oh, that's a tough one for Hebert.
Caught him by surprise a little bit. I don't think he expected that release. And Iroquois back within 2 at 4-2 now.
Out of all the saves that he's made, I'm sure that's when he knows that he should have had. And this is just a long outside kind of off-speed jumping bouncer.
Got him going back the other way, and Hebert looks skyward knowing he probably should have had that one. But Baker, out of the Squamish Nation, the lone Western representative on this Nationals team, gets the Iroquois within 2 as we cross the halfway mark of quarter number 2. Back to center we go. Jamieson, Inacio in an early move. And it's going to be Iroquois ball. And that's not what you want from Inacio. You got to give yourself a chance.
That's huge for Iroquois, especially after having just scored the goal. Now they kind of have a little bit of momentum in their favor. They get one more and they're right back in this thing. Keep Canada on the back foot. Let your offense do what they do best. Swing the ball, get to the front of the net, and put shots on target because, you know, as much as Hebert is making the saves, a lot of these are hitting him or they're going off the post. So Iroquois a little unlucky actually right now to be down a pair.
There's Staats, scores! We got a 1-goal game. Austin Staats, number 3 for Iroquois. On the feed from Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett just does an excellent job working inside his defender, getting in tight so his big defender can't use that long pole. And then Staats just wears everybody to the front of the net. There's a reason why he's setting records out east in the Junior A League.
All over. Just
he's all right.
So hard to take off the ball. Now you better send the double quick if you're Canada once it gets in the pocket of 43. Huge face-off here. And this time Jamieson moved early. And it's almost like the refs waiting an extra second to see if somebody's going to move.
Yeah, and that's always tough for the draw guys because they start to build a cadence with the official of the down, set, whistle, go. So they're almost always trying to time it. And when the referees wait that extra beat, you're obviously, 9 times out of 10 going to get one of the 2 guys to jump. And that's oftentimes when you see face-off guys start to get really frustrated with the officials if they're not steady and, consistent with their calls.
On comes Tanner Cook and follows. Out there with Teat, Benny French, Semple, and Lanchbury. Dalton follows top side to the wing for Teat. Jumping back and forth on the post-up 2-man game coming here with Cook. Teat around a screen. Teat, Seber, and that one blocked in front. And Armstrong will get the clamp on that as the Nationals hold on D and a chance to tie here if they can get it upfield. Right up the far sideline. Canada just stays on side. Around 1 man. A good run from Baker. That's really his specialty, is clearing the ball. Excellent runner is 15 in purple.
Guys who fill roles will help you win titles. And Baker is one of those guys, as you said, Jake, just a guy that works between the boxes.
Hidden ball trick for the Iroquois. Who's got it? It's Skylar Thomas. Sundown as they run it
Flag
again.
down.
This is Scanlon. Bennett. Nanticoke will clear through for him. Here's Bennett on the post-up. Goal line extended. On the backdoor cut. Loading, Scanlon shooting, and Hebert took that one confidently.
Hebert saw that one clean as soon as it was caught at the top of the string line, and a big crow hop and a wind-up. And he just stood tall, met it with stick on ball. And Canada will play man down.
Got something on it, didn't he? Well, let's see how the Canadian short man unit does here. Down a man.
The Iroquois usually don't like to waste time in these situations.
This is Nanticoke on the spin. Can't get the shot off. Feed to the crease. In it goes. We're tied.
And just like that, a simple ball movement. Get the D going one way, change the directions, come back. And that was just a hard shot that Hebert got a piece of, just not enough.
3 straight goals here from Iroquois have tied the game up at 4.
And this is what Canada can't afford to do. They can't allow this Iroquois team to get back in this game and, start to feel some momentum, because if they gain the confidence, it's going to be a long night for the Canadians. Conversely, for Team Iroquois, you have to be absolutely loving this right now, because you were down. It looked like things were going to start to get away from you, but that timeout was huge after that 5-2 goal, the 4-2 goal, when they called that timeout and were able to work themselves and calm themselves down. Another procedure call here, possession going back to Iroquois and a chance to take the lead.
Inacio just does not have his timing down here with this official. And it's another Iroquois possession. A chance to take the lead here. Sundown, feed in behind, quick feed now. Staats on the tuck, splits the double, and ball comes loose. Canada's got it. The referee goes down, and then ball thrown away. What do we got here? Interference call on Canada, goes right back to the Nationals.
This is unsettledness here from Team Canada. We haven't seen this for a few games, and this will be a big test for them.
Nanticoke with a shovel! Oh, mercy me. Are you kidding, from Tehoka Nanticoke? A one-handed sub shot to the top corner on the shovel. Wow.
Just sit and enjoy this one, folks. This is why he's been the talk of the tournament. He just gets his defender on the left shoulder, turns the back, and just gains it, and just goes low to high.
Oh, my goodness.
And
ridiculous.
The Iroquois have the lead. And this is a place that Canada's not too familiar with, coming from behind.
Well, this game that they played in the round robin, almost a carbon copy, as back and forth they went. There was never really a bigger lead than 1 or 2 goals. And Canada was up 3, but now it's Iroquois up 1. And Jamieson comes up with the face-off. Head of steam forward here. Inacio trying to run him down. Got a good check on the ball. And now Boissonneau will scoop and go.
That's better from the Canadians, tracking Jamieson back down the field, causing a turnover.
Nice ball from Henrik into the middle of the field. Open man is Teat. Chance to step in here, didn't take it.
Yeah, Teat had kind of floated away from the front of the goal, trying to create space.
Now French on the drive. As Jerry Staats marked up on him. Big-bodied long pole for Iroquois. And he'll go back to Teat. Can Canada answer the bell here, down 1? 2.5 to go, second quarter, and a berth to the gold medal game on the line here between these two teams.
2.5 to go. Canada would love to tie this thing up going into the break.
Curtis. He'll take over from French, as everybody will clear through here for Curtis now. As he'll come off the wing with it. Goes low, trying to set up Teat, finds a man open. Now Teat loading, tucking, won't shoot it. Around the cage now, it's French trying to duck underneath, and Armstrong made the save. And a good stop there for the Iroquois goaltender. They go back into the crease. Now Staats pressured by Teat. And Armstrong will jump out of his crease, as he can only go back in once. Teat on the ride here. Turns Staats upfield. He'll chase him down from behind. Armstrong, as they'll go across the field with it instead. And Iroquois with the 2-on-1 on the sideline, get the clear.
It's be huge if the Iroquois can kill some time here. Maybe even hold for the last shot.
This is Baker. And they'll lob it across the field for Staats. Kyle Kolwich marked up on him, as they look like they've switched that assignment from Jeffrey to Kolwich now. Here's Staats, goal line extended. Still powering his way towards the goal. Wide open man in the middle. Ball bouncing around, picked up by Iroquois. Fake, down low, on the spin. Where is it? Hebert stopped it, now a foot race for it. And Iroquois will get to that ball first. Push on the back coming here to Iroquois.
Nice job from Iroquois to try to get in front of his check. For Larson, Sundown just did an excellent job getting in front of that ball.
Watch for the official to step on the field here for the final 30 seconds. Larson, Sundown. Lost it for a moment, got it back. Steps around Iroquois, still Sundown coming.
Clock is on.
Good defense there from Iroquois. Feed high, hard shot, goes wide, ball goes skyward. Canada comes down with it and took a hard hit, an illegal one at that. And Iroquois comes back up with it. Spinning to the goal, it's Nanticoke. Another spin, gets driven to the grass, and the ball goes in.
Did Nanticoke score that from the ground?
I need to see this one again. A late goal to end the half for the Nationals. Watch it here from number 1. Falling down, Nanticoke put it in the top corner from his backside. Oh.
And that's the way the first half ended, with the entire American coaching staff just jaws wide open in awe of what Nanticoke just scored, as the Iroquois take a 2-goal lead into the halftime break and has this crowd absolutely stunned.
We got a good one cooking here from Perry Stadium. Halftime. 40 in the books and 40 to go. 6-4 Nationals lead Team Canada. We'll have the second half for you when we return. Send me a tweet in the meantime at PXP for Sports. You got it on the FIL U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships from Coquitlam on Sports Canada TV. Brought to you by Novus. We'll see you in 10.
At least one side is fully covered. This side's almost covered.
So you can bring 10 guys to work half the field and try to clear the ball while the spot is over. You have to have 3.
is England 13 to Germany 7.
Welcome back inside Percy Prairie Stadium as we get you set for second half action here. Semifinal number 2. Winner against USA in the gold medal game on Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock Pacific time. It's a 5-goal run here for the Iroquois Nationals. The last 2 coming from Tehoka Nanticoke in highlight reel fashion. Now them in front by 2, 6-4 after 40 minutes. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. And we're underway here in half number 2. Jake Elliott, Ted Jenner with you. Canada down 6-4 here as we begin action in the third quarter. Right here on Sports Canada TV.
No time to panic for the Canadians. Still plenty of time left, but you'd like to see a little urgency to get themselves back in this game and start from scratch.
If you're Taylor Ray, Ted Jenner, what was the message at halftime?
I think the message is, you know what, guys, we got away from our game plan. We had them on the ropes, and then we kind of eased off the pedal, and that's the thing that we see from the Americans. They have that killer instinct. They never take their foot off the gas. Canada did that and allowed the Iroquois to regain their composure, get them back in the game, and now Canada's the one on the trail.
No sunshine to deal with now, and Tre Leclaire will stick it home. It's 6-5 right out of the gates.
And that's a huge goal for Canada. Again, it doesn't have to be, a groundbreaking play or anything earth-shattering. Just simple ball movement and get Tre Leclaire on an island, and he got away from his defender there. And then just took his time, wound up, and fired that shot. And that's a big goal for the Canadians. Get themselves back in this game, get the crowd back into the game, and now they're 1 down.
A young man with the Canadian flag on the wooden goal stick. And I'm not sure too many guys in this tournament can crank harder than Tre Leclaire. Just a blast of a shot. Now we got a 1-goal game here once again as we take you back to center. Jamieson up with this draw now. He'll lug it ahead. Jamieson spinning, Jamieson shooting and scoring. Doug Jamieson right off the draw answers right back for the Nationals at 7-5.
And face-offs are going to be absolutely massive in this game if the Canadians and Iroquois are going to start trading goals. Inacio and Jamieson are going to be the 2 guys in the spotlight, and that's Dougie J. Just, you know what? I'm a big body. I may not be the fastest guy, but if you give me time and room, I'm going to make you pay for it, and he did it right there.
And I don't know what it is about Jamieson and Inacio, but Jamieson's been beaten cleanly by a number of other guys in this tournament, but he really seems to have the number for Inacio. Not on this one. Here comes Inacio. He wants to fast break. Feet across. Teat shot and a stop there from Armstrong down low.
Yeah, that shot from Teat didn't challenge Armstrong much, if at all. But again, Inacio this time, as he and Jamieson go back and forth, won that one super clean. But to your point, I think what I noticed about Jamieson is that he's actually trying to get low and underneath Inacio and trying to push him off the ball. And he is a big-bodied fella, and he's doing an excellent job. And that goal was just, textbook from a face-off man's vantage point. Win the draw, go down the floor, get your defender to overcommit, rip rope, walk back, and strut.
Here come the Nationals, up 2 with ball. This is Skylar Thomas. 3 minutes in, third quarter. And it looks like we'll be in for a pleasant evening as far as the weather goes for this second half. Henrik will have the assignment of Tehoka Nanticoke. On the kick out, Nanticoke drives in, shoots, and Hebert squeezing against that short side post, made that stop.
That's a nice save from Hebert, staying strong to his post.
Hard drive from Sundown. Spins on Wagner, nothing doing there. And they want to work high to Staats now. Austin Staats get ready to double. Here it comes from Wagner. They shovel it deep, and it'll just stay in bounds here.
Canadians have to be a little careful on those slides. The slide package came from the inside out, leaving a man wide open on the crease.
This is Staats. Kolwich on him. Staats in the right hand. He's strong left, spins back, still Staats. So powerful with the ball now on the dunk attempt from behind. And Nanticoke denied. As they'll get another possession. And I'm not sure we've seen this kind of patience out of the Nationals here with this 2-goal lead. Low feed, low drive, and that one hit a body. Iroquois come back up with it. Scanlon, top side. And Staats will slow things down again. When does fatigue start to play a factor here for these Nationals playing their 5th game in 5 days?
You know, the way that they're playing right now, I think this is, working right into their game plan to slow this down and not have to worry about having played 5 games in 5 days. If they can slow this down and keep control of this game, then that fatigue may not play a factor.
Nanticoke. Swing and a spin and a shovel, and in it goes. He just keeps outdoing himself, Teddy. I don't know what else adjectives I have to describe some of these goals he's scoring.
And, you talk about, very Lyle Thompson-esque, and this is a very Lyle Thompson type goal. Just a double spin, and then just, I don't need to be top side of the goal. As long as the head of my stick is above goal line extended, I have a shot on net, and that's exactly what he did, and he bounced it 5-hole, and it's the biggest lead of the game for the Iroquois at 8-3.
8-5.
Sorry, it's a 3-goal game, 8-5.
And this time, Jamieson gets called on the early move. Are they going to call simultaneous, and a redraw is the call from the official here. 3rd of the game for Tehoka Nanticoke, and now a 3-goal lead here for the Nationals. Inacio and Jamieson. Jamieson couldn't drag it. Ball squirts free. Peterson there will pick it up. He'll turn it upfield. Ryland Rees ahead of him. Peterson will feed to Rees, and he dropped it. And now ball up for grabs on the carpet here. Still bouncing around. And it's worked back to Armstrong, and the Nationals get possession. And that's a turnover on Canada. And I know they, want to try and create some transition there, Teddy, but that's Peterson trying to pass to a long pole.
Yeah, and actually, I didn't mind the pass to the long pole, but Rees was just already shooting before he'd caught that ball. He was kind of in an anxious spot. He's like, oh, this is going to be it. I'm going to get a goal. I'm going to be a big stick who's going to score a big goal to get us back in this game. And he just kind of shot before he had it. But I didn't mind the play as Peterson, drew the defense away from the long pole. And sometimes it works. That time it didn't.
Had an open man in front, no one help. But it'll be picked up by Canada. So the Iroquois return the favor and turn the ball back over. Now long pass here to Peterson on the mark. They'll dart around Staats at center. And Canada down 3 here with 12.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Go back to work on offense.
Canada had success early in that first quarter, working the ball through X, getting guys in alleyways and taking those low outside shots. Haven't seen that much since they had that early 4-2 lead.
Here's Riley Curtis. Canada needs a goal here. On comes Tre Leclaire, the latest Canadian goal scorer. Had one right out of the gates and start this second half. Now Curtis on his wrong side. Feet across, tough pass. It's picked off by the active stick of Tyson Bomberry, and that's just not a smart pass there from Curtis. Nice catch on the trail. Long shot in Hebert. Plenty warm to stop that one. Long field pass. And now Canada with numbers here. Here they come. Tanner Cook down to the crease. Feet across. Lanchbury scores. That's how you execute, Ted Jenner.
That is just a fantastic job of making the extra pass. I actually thought it was going to be one too many, and then they were going to allow Armstrong to get back into the cage. But Lanchbury just composed, takes his time, and fires at 5-hole. And that's a huge goal for Team Canada.
8-6 Iroquois. The last time Canada scored, Jamieson came up and put it right back in the goal for the Nationals.
Yeah, this is, again, we talk about possession and draws, and every time there's a goal, that next possession off that draw is so crucial. And a nice job by Canada to fight for that loose ball.
Wagner, Boiseno, and Inacio do the job and come up with possession. Can they get another and get within one here?
I would really get this crowd back in the game. They're trying as hard as they can to spur the home team on. And another goal here to make it 8-7 would be huge.
Well, Staats is going to get his. Nanticoke's going to get his as well. And you got to be able to match pace. Lanchbury has made it 8-6. This is Tanner Cook. High ball. He dropped it. Gets it back, but only for a moment. And then is it off Iroquois? It is.
That's a lucky break for the Canadians.
Semple. He's got one here this evening. And he'll give it off to Cook. Tom Semple will step in. He'll feed across. High pass for Follows. On the dart. Around Bomberry. Still Follows coming. Feet across the crease. Couldn't pull the trigger. Into the middle and off the base of the post. Canada trying to fight for this ball and get it back, but Iroquois will come up with it. And then it's off an Iroquois stick. Good pressure there from the Canadians.
Yeah, that's great work from the Canadian attack group. Not giving up on the play, even though it was an Iroquois possession. Fight for that ball. Do everything you can to get it back. Cause the turnover. And a fresh possession out here with a tired defense.
We'll throw Follows and Semple right back out there. Cook wants it wide. Pass was a little high. Cook brings it in. On the drive now for Iroquois.
Oh, what an unselfish play from Bennett. Again, Canada getting caught, pushing up the field. Everybody slides the ball. Bennett gets it, gets Hebert to leave his feet. And that's just as easy a goal as Nanticoke is going to get this tournament. His fourth and a 3-goal lead.
9-6 Nationals. 8 minutes to go, third quarter. As it was 12-9 Canada in the round robin. And Iroquois trying to flip the script here in the semifinal. Jamieson on top of it. No possession yet. It's kicked free. Ball comes near the restraining line. Staats with a good stick lift. And looked like he stepped on the sideline. Our official right there says no. And the Nationals get possession. Bennett wants it. And Iroquois making changes here, so Staats will hang on. Some native First Nations drums in the crowd here tonight. Owen Hill.
I would imagine if the Iroquois make the gold medal final, there will be more than one drum here on Saturday.
Guarantee it. Long way to go. Here's Hill on the post. Steps in. Triple team comes. Canada comes up with the ball. Peterson almost turned it over. Boiseno with a beautiful flip. Canada with numbers on the fast break. Feet across, down to the crease, loading, scoring! Ethan Walker sticks it home, and it's 9-7.
Fantastic job by the Canadians. There was a quadruple team in the defensive zone that caused that turnover, and then a couple little nifty passes started that break, and then the low to high. Again, that shot has seemed to give Armstrong troubles this game. And it's back to a 2-goal game, and Canadians still hanging on here. But they just got to start taking care of the ball. And you know what? If it takes 2 or 3 guys to collapse on an Iroquois forward like that, then that's what you got to do, because you can't allow them to back in and work to the front of the cage, and then when the double team easies flip. As soon as they turn their back, you have to go, and you go hard, and you don't come back until you dispossess that guy with the ball. And that time, it allowed the Canadians to cause a turnover and go down on the fast break. and score.
Timeout down on the field. 6:37 to go here in the third quarter. William Johnny's been on me all week long, Ted Jenner.
I know what I'm getting you for your birthday now.
Saying I need a thesaurus. I believe that's another word for a book
Yes.
with different words for different words in there.
There you go.
I know what a thesaurus is. A thesaurus.
8610. That's 0348610.
Thank you, David Correll. Applauding our efforts, Ted Jenner. As we got a good one cooking. No question about it here between the Iroquois Nationals and Team Canada. A 2-goal game, a 2-goal lead here for Iroquois as we take you back to center field here at Percy Perry Stadium. Gold medal berth to face the USA on the line.
You can see how, I don't want to say how little faith they have in Jamieson, but they're more worried about Inacio winning this draw. They have both their D guys and the Canadian forwards on the other side of center, preventing the Canadian attack. And if Jamieson can win that draw, he's on a go.
Here's Ryland Rees right down Main Street. Here he comes, scores! Ryland Rees straight out of Poco, and it's 9-8.
That is a big goal. And that was, Ryland Rees making up for the opportunity earlier where he missed the pass when he had a glorious scoring opportunity. But that's just an excellent effort from Ryland Rees to pick up that loose ball and understand the situation. He realized who he had on him. That was the midfielder, Chase Scanlon, who was behind him the whole time.
Took a wicked chop there, kept it going.
And then just, he saw the defender slide and just took advantage. And that's just a heady play by Ryland Rees.
What a goal from the long pole, Ryland Rees. Another face-off win for Inacio, who wants possession. It's Canada. Here they come. Peterson, the feed wide, and stepping in is Walker around a screen. And Canada will settle things down here and look for the tie.
Oh, Walker wanted that one bad. But a great heads-up play just to hold on to it and not, take a bad shot, cause a turnover, just settle things down, let the line change happen.
I think they're still announcing Canada's 6th goal. But they're within one now after the goal from the long pole, Ryland Rees. This is Tre Leclaire. It looks like he wants a topside drive.
There's a Canada in the 1-4-1 again. This is where they were successful.
Lanchbury wide to this near sideline. Jeff Teat will go for a run on Jerry Stotts. Leclaire. As Lanchbury will clear through.
And now they flip it and go to a high one. This is back to the umbrella.
This is Riley Curtis. Scores! Bounced it right past Armstrong, and we're tied.
Yeah, the one thing about that umbrella look the Canadian just gave the Iroquois is that it gets all the defenders kind of to start mixing their positions. They don't know who's going where because it's such an unorthodox look from the Canadians. And that time it allowed the attack just to go right down the side. And Riley Curtis didn't have much of an angle, but he was able to put this one far side past Armstrong, and we're back tied at 9.
Well, let's give the Denver coach some credit here.
Absolutely.
Matty Brown.
The beautiful mind of Matt Brown.
Pulling some strings here in quarter 3.
That was one of the things that people were saying after that Canada-US game was maybe the Canadians didn't show everything that they had to, and maybe they're starting to show a few different looks here now because they have to.
Peterson just saves it in bounds. And I mean just. After another face-off win from Justin Inacio, he'll be off to play for Team America's head coach Nick Myers at Ohio State. And Canada, with 3 straight now, a chance to take the lead in this 9-9 tie. As the crowd hushes here for this Canadian possession.
It's building with anticipation for something to happen.
All eyes on center field here at Percy Perry.
The only game going on here right now is that England-Germany game has finally ended.
England topping Germany there. They will take on Israel for 5th and 6th. Ireland plays Germany for 7th and 8th. I got it right that time.
You did. Scotland, China in the 9-10 game, Hong Kong, Korea 11-12, and Taiwan, Mexico in the 13-14 game. A rematch of the greatest game in this tournament so far, a 7 overtime thriller.
Yes.
7 overtime.
Well, they had the 2 mandatory non-sudden death, and then they played 5 overtime sudden death periods. Feet across, and it goes!
Oh, what a backdoor look.
Jeff Teat on the finish. Canada back in front 10-9.
That's an incredible backside look by the Canadians. And Teat has been trying to get there all game long, but the Iroquois defender weren't leaving him, and this time they did. And I'm not sure why.
Pass just got past the stick of Armstrong here.
And there's your reason why.
From behind the goal, just out of the reach of Armstrong, no chance on the finish.
I'm not sure who number 23, the defender, is. That's actually Tyson Bomberry.
It is, yes,
he actually lost Teat. He had Teat on the short side, and then as soon as Bomberry turned and looked the other way, Teat snuck backside, and that's why the pass was available.
Big draw from the big man, Dougie Jamieson, gives the Nationals possession. As they try and slow down this Canadian locomotive now, who have scored 4 straight.
It's been a game of runs here in this semifinal between these two very familiar foes.
What a game we got going here. 10-9 Canada with 90 seconds to go in quarter 3. Tehoka Nanticoke takes a whack there from Boisenau.
Nanticoke had a short stick on him of Wagner for a second there, but smart play by Canada to get the switch.
Skylar Thomas. Now Austin Staats, does he want to take over? From behind the cage, Matthew Bennett. Warren Jeffrey with a poke and now a push. Bennett opens himself up. Staats on the power move, the fake, the feet across. Open man, fires, that hit a body.
I think it was Wagner who got himself in front of that one.
And now look at the battle for the loose ball here. Everybody swarms to it. And Canada almost came up with it. Hebert caught out of the cage. He'll scramble back, and Iroquois comes up with possession. That's good hard work.
Unlucky there for Hebert. He was in the right position, just couldn't handle the ball.
Well, Canada will have to suck it up here on defense, get their breath, reset.
Clock is on.
Clock is on the field. Here's Thomas, and Hebert got the wickets closed, and a foot race for the sideline will be won by Canada. They got to hurry now. Do they want timeout? Do they want to go? Peterson looks upfield. He's got a man over the top here in Wagner. Got to push the tempo here if you're Wagner. Counting down. And they'll run out of time without a shot. All to play for with 20 minutes to go here. 10-9 Canada when we return to the 2016 FIL U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships right here on Sports Canada TV. Brought to you by Novus. Send me a tweet at PXP for Sports. We're back in 2.
Final score from field number 2. Team England 13, Team Germany 9.
Lacrosse fans. 3 quarters down and 1 to go here from Percy Perry. And it's a 1-goal Canadian lead over the Nationals. And Inacio comes out of there with the draw. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here in the 4th quarter. And Canada will get first possession. Peterson, who's played a lot here tonight. And a guy that Brody Merrill called Teddy Jenner maybe the most complete player he's ever seen come through the hill.
That's saying a lot because they have seen a heck of a lot of athletes go through that school.
Tre Leclaire. Marshall King. Riley Curtis. This is Ethan Walker. And Canada with a slow, deliberate offensive set here. I like to see Marshall King drive off the wing on a short stick here. I think he's got the size and the speed to take Scanlon on. We'll see if that's the matchup they look for.
We haven't seen a lot of that from the Canadians, dodging with the midfielders from up top.
No.
You know, we've seen it a bit. It led to a couple goals, but not as much as they could do. But here comes that bubble look again.
Leclaire will swing it wide. The drive low. Around the cage. Back to Teat.
Now Teat's got a short stick.
Let's see if they want to exploit this.
Last time he had it, he went underneath and scored a goal. There's
flag coming down, and I think this is the first penalty to come against the Nationals. Got to advance the ball. You've gone behind the cage once now. Can't go back. Teat on the swim. Teat shoots, and just over top of the goal. Look out. But Canada will go to man up here, and a chance to take a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, crazy to think that there's only been 2 man-up situations this entire game.
Very clean lacrosse game here so far.
Referee's doing a nice job of letting him play, but that was a definite foul called on the Iroquois Nationals, and Canada will look to get back to a 2-goal lead.
We got Curtis at the point, Leclaire and Walker on the shooters, if you will. Lanchbury in the middle. Teat and King down low, goal line extended. Looking to feed, it's Teat. Comes up high, Walker, one more. Leclaire on the swing. King down to the crease. And no shooting opportunity yet.
They got to get a skip pass through there to jump the defense. The look is there. They're just trying to stay 2 outside, and they've wasted.
There's Teat. He's got room, and he's got a goal. A low drive, sub shot from Jeff Teat. Beats Armstrong, who didn't like it. But Canada now up to 11-9.
Yeah, Armstrong was expecting Teat to go low to high there, and Teat just ran it straight along the ground. And I was kind of saying that Canada had wasted the opportunity and the penalty had been released. But oftentimes, Jake, when that happens and teams realize that they're no longer man down, they're still a man down until that guy gets all the way back into the heart of the defense. And you can see the Iroquois sloughed off. They didn't challenge Teat there and just gave him time and room. You don't want to let Canada's best shooter all that time and go low to low.
Clock keeps rolling here, 4th quarter. 16 minutes and 40 seconds to go. And an early move from Jamieson. No, they're going to give it to Inacio and give the ball to the Iroquois. And it's almost like Jamieson gets up expecting the call to go against him every time.
Well, he just knows he's got to get off the floor.
There's Owen Hill with a ill-advised shot. Ends up on the side of the target. And now a lob here for Wagner, who had to take in the low pass. He'll walk it across center. Look out. Teat open. Feet in behind the goal as Taylor Ray has really shortened up his bench here in the 4th quarter. To be expected. Look out. Peterson. In a little bit of trouble here. Gets around a man and maybe a chance for numbers, but no hurry now for Canada up 2. Next goal in this game becomes a biggie.
Every possession now becomes a big one because you can hold it for 2-3 minutes at a time.
Tanner Cook got a step on his man. Here's Dalton Follows, and now Tommy Semple right back to Follows. He wants to line up a drive. Quick juke, fires, and Armstrong, who's got possession here, it'll stay with Canada. As Follows had a big goal late against the Iroquois in the 4th quarter. Here he is again with that black shaft, black mesh, black head on his stick. Follows. In behind the goal. Cutting. And Semple, I believe, just had his stick checked on the follow through.
I think it was Jeff Teat. But that's better from Canada. You know, let the ball sit at X and just send cutters. The Iroquois, now we're starting to see a little bit of that fatigue set in, unable to keep up with the Canadian legs, moving through the middle, creating scoring opportunities.
The longer Canada can keep possession, the longer you keep the ball away from guys like Austin Staats and Nanticoke. Tanner Cook in the left hand. Drives underneath. Cook still coming. Spin back. Feet in the middle, and that one knocked down by the Iroquois. And ill-advised pass there from Tanner Cook.
Yeah, it was. And I was just going to say, you know, Canadians are doing a good job, but they're being too systematic and being too careful. They're just going through the motions at times because they're comfortable with this lead. They can't be. We've already seen the Iroquois go on a 5-goal run. Canada's gone on a 4-goal run of their own. You can't rest. You can't sit back. You have to keep going because the Americans will never, ever take a shift off.
And a quick turnover on Iroquois as Hebert looks for the open man. And long field pass there on the mark. Canada in the middle of the field now. Feed down low, spinning and shooting and scoring Lanchbury. Big time goal there for Lanchbury in Canada. Flags are a-waving. It's a 3-goal Canadian lead.
Yeah, that's a nice play there by the Canadians. It started with the clear and the pass from Hebert all the way down about 60 yards to a wide open Canadian. He got around his defender, and then as soon as he found that lane, every defender from the Iroquois Nationals stepped up, and the Canadian attack was almost all behind goal line extended. And when that defender slid, they all started moving up with the ball. Is all good attack when they're taught. And Lanchbury just wide open. Catch that ball, turns, and goes low bouncer.
Maple Leafs starting to feel it now on a 5-goal run of their own as we go back to center with Jamieson and Inacio. And look at Jamieson, just power Inacio, but he comes away with the ball. Feet into the middle. And a little bit of a drop there, but Canada will maintain possession, and now a flag will fly. Iroquois will be shorthanded, as I think Canada had called timeout as well. We got 12:38 to go in this one. Canada leads at 12-9. More fourth quarter action coming up right after this on Sports Canada TV from the U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships right after this. Lacrosse fans, welcome back inside Percy Perry Stadium. Jake Elliott, Teddy Jenner with you. 12:38 to go here in the fourth quarter. Canada at one point, Ted Jenner, down 9-6 in this one, but 6 straight here from the Canadians. The latest coming from Lanchbury. Have a 3-goal lead here with 12.5 to go.
Yeah, and I think this is better from the Canadians over this last little stretch here in the fourth quarter. And getting that lead at the end of the third was so crucial for them because it makes the Iroquois now have to chase. And when you're chasing the Canadians, they're just so good at the draw and dump and finding lanes. They're now starting to take control of this game. But as I've said, and as I've stressed, you can't let up. You have to keep going to the goal. Be patient with the ball and bury your chances when you can.
Man up time now for the Canadians. Riley Curtis. Walker. He'll work the outside. He got Leclaire in the stack right now. Curtis wants it on the quick trigger. He'll get it. Feet across one more time. Walker down low, feet inside. Here's Leclaire.
And that's another well drawn up play by the beautiful mind of Matt Brown. Patience with the EMO. Ran a few cutters, popped Tre Leclaire from the inside out, and then brought him back down through the inside on an alley cut. And it was a bit of a tough feed inside. But Leclaire, as many great American coaches will say, with good box hands in the middle, just catches this, turns, releases. And it's a 13-9 lead for Team Canada.
Back to the center X we go. Jamieson, Inacio. A 4-goal Canadian lead now. And Inacio yanks it free. Trying to run onto it and will. And now is when you need to be patient for Canada. You don't want to start milking clock quite yet, Ted Jenner, but with a 4-goal lead, 11 minutes to play, make the most of your possessions here if you're Team Canada.
Absolutely. Now you can start to take some time off the clock. You know, have 90-second possessions. Work the ball around. You can even, late flag here called on the Iroquois.
Inacio 14 for 22 on the draws here tonight. Feet in front. And ball intercepted, but flag down means Iroquois penalty, means Canada man up. And a chance to pad the lead here a little bit.
Remember when I talked about in the first quarter, the Iroquois defenders taking little liberties with the little late chops, late slashes, late hits. That was one of them. And it cost them, and it's the second or third straight EMO opportunity for Canada, and they've been making the Iroquois pay.
I believe it was Jerry Staats on the infraction. Let's see what they do on this one. Leclaire back out there. Teat, Walker, Curtis, and Marshall King in the middle along with Lanchbury, who's got it now. Walker, goal line extended. Feed to the crease. Curtis denied. Loose ball, and it's snared by the Iroquois. Still loose, and now Armstrong has it.
You got to bury that if you're Team Canada, wide open on the crease and just playing how you doing with the goaltender passing the ball back.
Tried to go low on Armstrong. And an important stop there for the Iroquois goaltender.
Under 10 to play here in the fourth.
Halfway through quarter 4 now, and a 4-goal Canadian lead. Nanticoke trying to open himself up inside.
It's really the first time the ball's been down here in the fourth quarter for any semblance of time.
It's been a while. Larson sundown. It was Lions on the penalty, not Staats, excuse me. There's lights shining bright now. And Austin Staats trying to make it happen here for the Iroquois. And Hebert stuffed him. And Canada comes up with the loose ball on the stick of Tre Leclaire.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about, it's been a while since it's been down here, so the offensive sticks might get a little cold, but if you're a goaltender and you haven't seen a shot for 10 minutes, that's a big save for Hebert against Nanticoke in tight at a crucial point of this contest.
And Hebert kind of taking over what I have to believe was the starting job from Bullen, who started that first half against Team USA. Hebert came in the second half and kind of outplayed Bullen in that game, and it's been his job ever since.
He's looked fantastic since that game coming in, and Taylor Ray's been happy with his play, and he just wants steady, consistent goaltending and a guy who's going to run his back line.
Nice,
and Hebert's done
Herrick.
that.
And tried to hit Leclaire. Ball turned over, however. And I think we had an offside on Canada anyway. Quick start here from Iroquois. Nanticoke will never panic with the ball in his pocket. Still goes with that traditional leather pocket, does Nanticoke. Feet in front. Can't get the shot off, but hangs on to the ball.
Canada was caught well out of position there, and almost a great opportunity for the Iroquois, but pass was good again across the body.
8 minutes to go here. USA awaits the winner. 4 o'clock Pacific time Saturday right here from Town Center. Championship Saturday. We'll play the 9 through 13th place games here tomorrow. And then a good strip from behind by the Canadians. But we'll get a push on the back and a bit of a weak call there from the official, in my opinion. But Iroquois will retain possession. So we'll get the 5-6 game at 10 a.m., the 3-4 game at 1 p.m., and the 1-2 at 4. Here's Nanticoke weaving, spinning. Nanticoke on the post up now. Here comes the double. They faked it. And ball played off here to Skylar Thomas. Wagner won't let his man get around. Now Kolwich from behind the goal. Rides his man high. And now a flag coming down here against Canada.
An easy call there from the officials. But it was a good defense by the Canadians on Nanticoke, top center of the field. They didn't allow him to turn to face net. They faked the double. It turned him even further away from goal, made him move the ball. Nice work from the Canadians, but a little too aggressive late in that possession.
Yeah, it wasn't the crowbar check there from Jeffrey. It was the stick up high in the neck area. And let's see how quickly the Iroquois go here on man up. Feed to the crease. Skip pass. One more. Loading. Scoring. What a shot there from Devon Buckshot. As he finds the top corner. Power play goal here for the Iroquois. They're within 3.
Yeah, again, that's just, good ball movement there from the Iroquois. Got the Canadian defense rotating counterclockwise. And then just the skip pass really opened things up. And then nobody came to Buckshot, and he just said, okay, thanks very much. I'll take one step and fire this in the top corner.
He can rip it. And now the draw becomes crucial here in the late stages of quarter number 4. The final 3 minutes will be stop time. And please note, folks, the clock on your screen, just a guideline for you. Official score or official time kept at the scorer's table between the benches. Inacio with a face-off win. Gets around his man. And Canada, in no hurry, will slow things down once again.
Yeah, smart play there from Inacio. No need to go to goal. No need to force it. Move the ball, run to space, give him an outlet. And now the Canadians are going to settle down here in the last 5 minutes and try to eat away some time. But again, can't be too lethargic. Got to go. Got to have a little bit of sense of urgency. You're not out of the woods yet. You're only up 3.
Stay focused. Smart passes. Watch that ball into the stick. Move your feet. All of it here for Canada crucial. And we'll see how long the officials wait to put the stall on, or will Canada even wait that long? Donville out there for a shift. He's got Dalton Follows.
Fresh legs at Donville. I haven't seen him much, if at all, this game.
He's been out there a few times. It's Follows with it now. Peterson out there as well. As it's almost like Taylor Ray and Matty Brown want to keep a couple of D guys out there just in case of the turnover and not get caught on the change. Donville. There's the stall call on here for Canada. And that would be Team Mexico starting a little song here in the crowd.
10-man ride from the Iroquois.
Goaltender out of the cage here. As they got to get this ball back as we go under 4 minutes to go now. Armstrong back in there now. As they'll send the goaltender out at a certain point. When the ball gets to a certain place on the field, that's when the goaltender will come out.
And now they switch him off and float him through the middle.
This is Jeff Teat with it. As he'll work the sideline here. Gets away from pressure. Got an open cage to shoot at as Armstrong scrambles back in. And got to keep it inside that box. And Canada doing a wonderful job of that right now.
They've just eaten about 2.5 minutes of clock here with this possession. And this is really where you start to tire the Iroquois out, because now they have to chase, and now those 5 games in 5 nights really starts to come into play.
Teat in a little bit of trouble, and there's the loose ball. The Iroquois comes up with it. 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter.
And Canada will be fine if Iroquois, they can get Iroquois just to stay in this half of the field.
Tough pass there. Bomberry will bring it in. Has a look at the numbers. He's good to cross center. And now Iroquois will call time out. 2:44 to go. Fourth quarter. Canada leads 13-10. Big finish coming up right here on Sports Canada TV when we return. Lacrosse fans. Well, Teddy Jenner, here we go. With 2:47 showing on the clock. Not official, but very close. 13-10 Canada leads. Iroquois has the ball on the offensive side of the field. Can Canada get a hold here?
No, I think you put your best, they're starting the ball up top with Nanticoke, and then you're going to put your best matchup on them.
D-mid's coming out.
And it looks like that's Henrik going to come play one-on-one with Nanticoke. Now you just, in this situation, he's going to try to, go to the net and draw a double. You just got to play composed defense. Keep him in front of you, push him down the sideline, don't let him turn, and get him as far away from the net as possible. Try to create a turnover.
Be very ready to help here right off the bat for Nanticoke. Feet around a screen, ball bounces right in on Hebert, and quick turnover there on Iroquois as they lob ahead here for Wagner.
Well, that was a tough take from Wagner. He actually had to turn around to find that one.
That takes some courage right there from Wagner.
And you can see Nanticoke.
Now Wagner had it checked loose. Playing without equipment as Iroquois steal it right back. Run into traffic. Bomberry had it knocked free. And Canada comes back up with it. It's stripped again. Scrambly here at center. And
offside.
That's offside.
Oh, no call from the officials. This is huge now for the Iroquois. 2 minutes. You got to start going to net.
And that shot off the side netting. There's a couple of oohs and ahs from the crowd. A quick take from Austin Staats. And now Hebert in possession here as we go under 2 minutes to go, and a chance for Canada to really milk some clock. Hebert will play a little cat and mouse. Up through the middle. Get rid of that ball, young man, and get back in between your pipes. Henrik. He'll turn up. And he'll flip for Peterson in the middle of the field. One more ahead here to Wagner. Now how long as Bomberry gets the pry check out. Knocked it free. Wagner got it back. An open cage here, but I think Canada has called timeout now. And Taylor Ray will bring the boys to the sideline to try and steer this one home. A 3-goal Canada lead. We'll take another quick timeout and be back with the finish right after this. Welcome back. 1:27 or so to go in this one, and Canada about 87 seconds away from a rematch with the Americans. Ted Jenner, what's the message coming out of the timeout here from Matt Brown and Taylor Ray?
Well, I think everyone has to be expecting the 10-man ride here. It looks like they've put in their second string goalie, Brody Bartel, looks to be a little more athletic than Armstrong. Maybe Armstrong a little tired from already having to do some chasing. But
who do you give the ball to here to start things out?
I think you start with Marshall King. Looks like he might be having it on the far side, unless that's 16. I can't quite see the number. But you want a guy who's going to be able to run to space. You know what? You have to make sure your long poles are ready to accept the pass if they have to. Everybody's got to be open and moving.
Oh, a little shifty play there on the Canadian sideline.
I like it.
Almost like using the box as Rees will salt it. Confident young man, isn't he? 2 goals on the evening and make it 14-10 Canada.
What just a real genius play from Matt Brown. Everyone thought that it was going to start with Marshall King on the far side, and then he just immediately sprinted to the bench, and they sent the guy out the back, slid Rees out the front door, and that's just a fantastic play. And you know, there's confidence in Rees to split this double team.
Well, he dropped it
and even better confidence and composure to pick that up.
Wow, what an effort from Ryland Rees. right in his backyard here from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. 2 massive goals here tonight for Canada.
Nanticoke took the draw.
And he won it cleanly. And he wants to do it here as he got the pass off, and Iroquois answer right back.
This game, when it stopped time in the last 3 minutes, it's kind of like basketball with all the timeouts. That can take quite a long time as you now start to hear some "Let's go Iroquois" chants from the Mexicans who kind of flip-flopping and just cheering for whoever they can.
Yes. They always seem to take the underdog. As Nanticoke will take another draw here against Inacio.
The last draw they had, was the Canadians had a long stick on the draw, so I think they were kind of playing defensive first, but I think you need to be conservative, or not conservative, you need to be aggressive and try to win this draw.
This time Inacio comes up with it. Look out from behind as he gets pushed down from behind. That will be a flag here on Iroquois, and bodies flying around all over the place here. It'll be a man up for Canada, and this should just about do it, Teddy, with 52 seconds or so to go.
Yeah, and that was just frustration from Tehoka Nanticoke, who was just, he's trying to do everything he can to win that ball back, and he just couldn't quite get there, and just frustration play with the push on the back, and then maybe a couple extra shots afterwards, but you can't, discredit his work ethic and his hustle all week and all night tonight. And he's been their best player for Iroquois, and just a guy that lays it out on the line, and it's unfortunate the way this game is going with 52 seconds left that he'll have to settle for a shot at the bronze, but
they will play. Well, let's not count our chickens before they're hatched here, Teddy.
10-man from Iroquois as expected here late in the game.
Well, it's pretty much a 6-on-6 situation now with an empty goal here, as Teat, staring at a wide open cage, will lob it across the field. Canada can just try and play keep away now.
Keep the ball hot.
Yes, they have to chase. And it's looking more and more like a rematch.
For the past 5 years, or the 5 tournaments.
Will this be the year on their home soil, or can America make it 8 in a row? We'll find out on Saturday, 4 o'clock Pacific time for the gold medal game. Teat. Clock on the field, 30 seconds to go. And the Canadian crowd starts to come to life. Marshall King.
No need for the Canadians to go to goal, just kill time. And they're off to the gold medal game.
Crowd starting to feel it now, and the boys will pour onto the field in jubilation. Canada takes down Iroquois by 3, 14-11.
What a fantastic lacrosse game. And it was kind of like what we all thought. It's funny. We talked about it earlier. Nick Myers didn't think that this was going to be a close game. He was like, I don't think it's going to be as close as people think. Well, this is as close as you're going to get. Another 3-goal game. It was 12-9 during the round robin. Now 14-11 for the Canadians. And just a gritty win. They had to grind it out during the round robin. They did it again here. And those are character wins. But now you have to find another gear to take on the vaunted USA.
Well, I want to give the Iroquois Nationals some credit here. Just a fantastic run in this tournament, and they will play for the bronze medal, so still another game to come for the Nationals. We'll have that one for you at 1 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday, as they will take on the Crocodiles of Australia. And for the 5th and 6th game, it'll be England against Israel. But Canada and USA for all the marbles comes up on Saturday at 4 o'clock Pacific time. What another great night, a great game here at the 2016 FIL U19 World Field Lacrosse Championships. Canada off to the gold medal game. That'll do it here for us tonight. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, on Sports Canada TV. For our production crew, for Teddy Jenner, I am Jake Elliott, and for the fastest game on 2 feet, and for the creator, we'll see you tomorrow from the 2016 U19 Games.